All right, good afternoon, good morning, good evening, whatever the case may be. Welcome to the second edition of Music Appreciation MUS 110. This is the continuing saga of bringing the human aspect of music to the masses. Those of you who always thought it'd be cool to be a musician, but weren't, but are interested enough to try and figure out what the heck it is that we do. All right. I want to review quickly the first 3 chapters of our textbook and what does it all mean. Starting off with melody, which in this place is I got it in the 3rd position, but the idea of a horizontal musical movement. In other words, a song starts at the beginning and goes to the end. Now that's a real big die. You didn't have to be a musician to understand that. And music is similar to literature in that respect. You have to start somewhere. It might be a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away, or it might be the beginning of the Star Spangled Banner when it's, oh, say, can you see? That's the beginning of the piece, and then it goes to the end of the piece. That movement of music from one note to the next in a horizontal direction, whether the music goes down, like, oh, say, or whether, can you see, where it either goes down or goes up, that is melody. It's what we remember. It's like everybody can sing Happy Birthday because we've all sang it a million times. We sang it poorly, but we've sang it. It's a melody. It's what we remember. Rhythm is the part of music that most people don't think about. But for someone like myself who is a drummer or percussionist, it's everything. Because it's what propels the music. It's what moves the music. If you don't have rhythm, then when you start the piece, then it's, oh. You're trying to get to say, oh, can you say, oh. But there's no rhythm, you can't get to the next note. Rhythm is what propels music. The rhythm tells the musician when to start the note and when to stop the note. If you're playing a wind instrument, the rhythm tells you when to begin putting air in your horn and when to stop putting air in your horn. That's what rhythm is. Now, harmony, vertical music, what does that mean? Well, if the melody is moving in a horizontal plane, and it does, then vertical music or harmony is when the music is in a up and down direction. And what happens is that you have 3 tones or more. 3 tones or more played at the same time. And when you do that, we call that a chord of music. And when that chord is played, then you get harmony. Now, what we didn't talk about last week, and we need to, is this idea of an interval. What is an interval, and why is it important? Well, it's important because depending on the distance between 2 tones will give you a way, emotional connection to the music. In other words, and I'm going to give you some examples about that today. Certain intervals will conjure up fear or emotion. Certain intervals will be happy. For example, those intervals, that's an interval we call a perfect fourth. You don't need to know that in a music appreciation class. What you do need to know is that, oh, that sounds kind of happy. Da-dun, da-dun. Whereas if I go, that interval, kind of scary. And I'll play you where that's from here in a moment. What we need to know about intervals, I'll stop the camera here real quick and write these down because this you do want to know.